All right, so tonight we're going to be checking out the Bad Batch Season 2, Episode 14. Very excited about this one. Hopefully, this one's not another filler ish episode. I don't think last week's episode was necessarily bad. I just think it was kind of set up for like where they want to settle down and whatnot. And I appreciate the character development. I appreciate them bringing in Fat Mace Windu, or Big Windu, if you will. But jokes aside, I didn't think the episode was bad. I just didn't find it worth editing and putting out for you guys. I mean, I don't think you guys are going to be that mad because, I mean, it's Pabu. Come on. But hopefully this week's episode is a lot better. I think it's going to be. I think this episode is going to set up the two-part finale that we are getting next week, which I am really, really hyped for, because when the Bad Batch is fire, it is fire, dude. This show has had some of the best Star Wars animated episodes that I've ever seen, including Tales of the Jedi. I mean, The Outpost is one of my all-time favorite animated episodes in Star Wars now, period. So when we're getting content like that, and then you get Pabu, what is going on? And like I said, I think it has something to do with Disney mandating a certain amount of episodes for each season. I think they kind of have to relay all of this information. They kind of have to have a few episodes to dump a lot of stuff on us or set things up. And I completely understand that. And at the end of the day, whenever you retrospectively look back at all of these seasons, they're fire. I mean, at the time, it might be frustrating that we're getting filler episodes. I know I keep using that word, but if we're getting quote unquote filler episodes and then you look back overall on the season once it's out, it's so good. I mean, if you look at the first season overall, it's okay. But looking back at this season already, I feel like it plummets everything the first season did. And it just does it all 10 times better. And it's what we wanted to see after the Clone Wars. And it's really starting to go in that direction. And I'm loving it. Hopefully this episode right here sets up the finale perfectly. I cannot be more excited. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, you guys will find it right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go. I'm sure this is gonna have to do with Crosshair, right? I mean, it has to after not last episode, but the episode before that, The Outpost. I can't imagine we're going back to Pabu. I mean, maybe to get the batch, but like, stay there? Come on. All right, this is already a good sign. When you see a clone suffering, it's potential for a good story. It's one of those ships from Rebels, right? Prison transport ships. I'm pretty sure it was seen. Oh, whoa. Oh, are these the clones? Is this Rex and Echo?
Well, that definitely got their attention.
Was that Gregor?
Come on, prep the leech vessel. We need to board and recover those prisoners before reinforcements show up.
That's Gregor, wasn't it?
Shoot that ship down! Our weapon systems are offline.
I love this. I love the whole clone rebellion thing.
I'm docked. Don't take long.
That is Gregor.
Security alert. All troopers prepare to be boarded.
Oh my god, these stormtroopers, they don't even know what's coming. They're still stunning them. Where's Rex though? I assume doing other things, but
Erase the databanks.
Free Hauser and the others. Namek and I will take the bridge.
Hauser? Was he in the first season? He was the one on oh shit, what's the planet? The one with Hera's family. The small little arc we got with Hera last episode. I'm pretty sure that was him, right? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
Where was this ship headed? Where were you taking those clones?
Nice shaking.
They were erasing the databanks. Not sure how much I can recover. Well, I guess we'll have to get that intel out of you.
Yeah, they all got one now. Yeah, that's some Empire shit. Dun dun. Well, I didn't do the note. Nice. Yeah, they were on their way to Tantus. So Doctor's not going to be too happy about that.
Good morning, Crosshair.
She's a clone. She has to be. I mean, I get the accent isn't genetic, But like, why would they give her the accent? Throw us off? I don't know. She sounds like an older Omega, doesn't look like an older Omega, but I don't know.
No, you are here because I intend to give you a clean slate. And all you have to do in exchange is tell me how to find Clone Force 99.
The kid. They'll never turn her over.
They don't have a choice. She is a clone, and therefore Imperial property.
That would make sense why she's working
Help me
with
locate
them.
your former squad.
Because she's technically Imperial property, if she is the clone. And it seems like if there are more female clones, they all kind of help the Kaminoans with the cloning process.
Let's see if we can jog your memory. Begin.
But then the other one doesn't have the accent, but like I said, accents aren't genetic. But why else would they give her the accent of the clones? It just doesn't make any sense. She has to be a clone.
But other groups of clones were transferred before us some rotations ago. And they never came back. I recovered a portion of the data logs. It's heavily encrypted, but I know someone who can crack it.
Tech.
That's enough.
Our orders were to not stop until he talks.
He can't talk if he's dead.
Yeah, I don't know. She has to be, because I mean, she's being a little more sentimental towards him. Nice.
Release me.
That almost seemed intentional.
Lower the blaster.
Now, well, he stunned her. I don't know, because, like, she stopped the probe droid from messing him up even further. Hit him with the shit, like the stem, and then she told the troopers to... a little rusty. She told the troopers to check his restraints, and then he was free, and then got the gun. Like, that just seemed coincidental and very intentional. Yeah, I guess he is pretty fucked up right now, so. Oh, is he gonna send a signal?
Plan 88.
An unauthorized outgoing transmission is being sent from Terminal 3. Sever that connection and seal the room.
You have to hide. They're after Hope.
I think all they heard was Plan 88, right? Damn. Oh, so Homeboy's just good?
Having trouble processing the toxin. It's my own special formula. One I've built an immunity to.
Interesting. I like the Doctor as a villain, though. And we're back on Pabu. Where's Big Windu? I do like this place, though. It's pretty cool. Like the space pirate ships, like that's pretty cool. Jack Sparrow would be thrilled.
This friend of yours who's...
There's Big Windu.
If you trust him, that's enough for me.
The new fishing docks rebuilt and moored. And I caught some dinner.
I just find that dude so funny.
More flying lessons.
Up, Omega, hold up!
I'm getting better, right? The collision alarms haven't gone off once.
Because it shorted out during your last lesson. Execute a sharp swing back to port with 0 thruster pull.
The tech turn?
I suggest you proceed before I come to my senses.
Tech is slowly becoming my favorite member of the batch. They've done a lot of character development on him this season, which worries me. Yeah, dude, the thing about this show is like, when it's good, it's good. But when it's mid, it is so mid. It really reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Except this is a little more mid. Avatar, even the more mid episodes are really good. This, when the mid episodes are mid, they're so mid. They are so incredibly mid.
I'm surprised you're not on Old Man Tell with Sid.
Thank God you're not.
We've missed you.
It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been how many episodes? Like 4 or 5?
This is what's left of the files I recovered from an Imperial shuttle. It was transporting clone prisoners, and we need to know where and why.
The attack on the prisoner transport ship is unfortunate, but inconsequential, Governor.
Stolen data has compromised your location.
Various protocols are in place to ensure that does not happen. If you send them to me, I can deal with them in other ways.
I will expect a full briefing on your plan at the summit.
Yeah, so obviously Tarkin knows about what's going on over at Tantus. Because I'm almost positive this is all in the Emperor's benefit. Because everything with the cloning stuff with the Mandalorian right now, it all just seems to connect too coincidentally.
Rex and I have built up a small network of clones. Some are in hiding, underground. You've seen the power you're up against. You can't defeat them. It's not about that. It's about fighting for our brothers.
Yeah, I mean, the remnants of the clones can't take down the whole Empire. I mean, we know that timeline was, and I think they know that now.
All I could find on it was the chief scientist in charge, Dr. Royce Hemlock.
Why were they sending clone prisoners to him?
I do not know, but it gets worse. Crosshair is one of them.
You mean Crosshair turned on the Empire?
I checked our old comm channels and found a recent distress message sent from Crosshair's old code, Plan 88, the Seeker. We are being targeted.
Or it's a trap, like he said for us before.
Except they didn't tell them to go anywhere, so how would it be a trap? I mean, they can't lose off of taking advice from a warning, right? Yeah, you might want to tighten those.
If your escape attempt didn't clue you in, the only chance you have of leaving this facility is if I allow it. All I need is the young clone. She means nothing to you.
See, they keep focusing on her. Like, she has to be a clone or significant in some way.
Increase his injection level this time.
That's it? What? That felt like it was 15 minutes long. The hell? Alright, so obviously the finale then is going to be them going to Tantus and getting him, right? He sent them a warning. He didn't send them the location, though. So, well, obviously I think they're going to find out the location and then go and get him, right? I think that's what they're setting up at. But that lady, the one who's like assisting the doctor, she's a clone. She has to be a clone. The accent gives it away. I know it's not genetic, like I said a million times over the course of this reaction, but why else would they give her the accent? None of the other assistants, like the female assistants that we've seen other than her, don't have the accent. And they keep focusing on her every time they say clone or important, or like, they wouldn't be focusing on her if she wasn't important. So, and it closed off the episode with a shot of her. So she has to be significant in one way or another. My guess is she's an accelerated version of Omega, because Omega doesn't seem to have the accelerated growth because she hasn't aged much since the first season, and I think they even said she doesn't have accelerated growth, so it would make sense for that lady who is a clone, female clone of Django, to have the accelerated growth. I don't know, I'm just making guesses here, bear with me. But like I said, I think they're gonna go to Tantus, and I think all that's gonna be resolved by the end of the season. Someone's probably gonna die. I don't see them all making it out of this season. I really don't want it to be Tech. If it's going to be anybody, I honestly think it's going to be Crosshair. I think they're going to rescue him in a way. And then he's going to realize that the only way the rest of them can get out of here is if he sacrifices himself. So, I don't know. I think that maybe the next episode's going to end with them getting Omega. And then the finale is going to be the second half of the two-part finale is going to be Omega and Crosshair kind of working together to try to get out of there. The batch is going to come, and then Crosshair is going to sacrifice himself for Omega. That's exactly how I see this playing out. But I could be 100% wrong, and I honestly like to be wrong, because I don't want to know everything or expect everything going in. So I'll gladly be wrong if that's not the case. But let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, you guys will find it right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.